Okay. Hello. Um, I literally walked through the door to my house like 30 minutes ago, so I am a little late. It is what it is. We're gonna try this out because I have no idea what we're doing, to be honest. Um, if my camera becomes too much, like it's too in the way, I might actually end up just like taking it off. Like I think I can I think there's like literally a way I can just like hide it. Yeah, I can legitimately just hide it, which I think is that's exactly what I'm going to do. Alrighty. So a little bit of a different type of video. I'm gonna draw my pen. Um, so I guess we're just gonna jump right into it. Today we're doing my language learning Tuesday, which is the whole point I wanted a channel, to be honest, because I was like, oh, I would really like to language learn. So that's what we're gonna do today. Do I have a hair tie? Oh god, I don't. It'll be fine. Everything's gonna be okay. Today we are learning the Korean alphabet. I've learned Korean before, not entirely perfectly, obviously. That's why we're still here. We're still doing it. We're living our best life. Um, so we're gonna just try it out because I'm not entirely. Can you see my cursor? I thought I like literally set it up to see my cursor. We're gonna. Let's see. Capture cursor. Yeah, that's exactly what I wanted you to capture my cursor. Why don't you? I don't I don't see it. Because normally I'd be able to see it, but I don't see it. I think I think I'm just overthinking it. I am definitely overthinking it. Let's just move on. Because it's definitely just being overthunk. So my plan is to get through technically all three of these lessons for unit 0 of this website. This is howtostudykorean.com. This is how I originally learned Korean a long time ago. Was this website. I love this website. I'm not one of those people that can really learn via like video or any of that stuff. Like I want to read it. Like that's how I feel. So this website was like perfect for that. In that sense of it. What we're going to do, I guess we're just gonna hop right in. My spelling is like really prissy, I would say. Like I have to like spell everything out perfectly. Um, if you want to follow along, feel free. If you don't have like, I have like a pen, so I can like literally like draw, and like if I flip it over, I can like erase it. So that's exactly what I plan on doing. While we go through the lessons, you can also download the PDF versions of these, which I adore that you can do that. Um, I digress. I have 2.5 hours to try and do 3 lessons. Let's just get right into it. All right. So, I don't know if I have to read this verbatim. I guess I might as well try. So, what they're saying is like they're like suggesting a study tip down here, um, which I guess I'll have to highlight. Oh wait, you can actually see my. Huh, interesting. Just can't see it on this other one. Weird. Anyway, so instead of learning the Romanized version where like you write out like oh gosh, we're instead of like writing out like this is like hakyo, like this is school, so this equals school. Me spelling school wrong. Can I even learn English? Question mark. So like you have school. They're saying study doing like hakyo equals school, like learning it like that instead of like learning it like I draw sideways, which I'm beginning. So like you like write the Romanized version out. So like you don't want to do this. Like this is what you don't want to do. You just want to like learn it like that way, the top way. Why is it? It's supposed to like erase stuff out of this like little bubble. I swear. Again, we're figuring this out together. Yeah. So that's how you're supposed, like that's how they recommend learning it, and that's how I learned it. Was I just like kind of skipped learning the romanized version of it, and I just like went right into just learning it in general. The Korean alphabet is super simple. It's amazing actually. I was learning Mandarin Chinese before I switched to Korean, and Mandarin Chinese is so hard. And after you try and learn Mandarin Chinese, you go to Korean. It's so much easier. I love it. So like they're gonna go. So here's like the alphabetical order. My pronunciation is not correct, so I'm gonna try my hardest to like not. No, I guess I still have to like actually like say things, but so k k n d d d. I'm ruining this. But like here's like the alphabetical order. These are like the consonants on the top. So this is like how we have B, C, D. And then here is the vowels. So like A, E, I, O, U. That's what these are. So they have a lot more vowels than we do, basically. Let's see. You don't need to learn the alphabetical order either. They just have an alphabetical order because they're nice like that. So here's the first set of Korean consonants that you need to get. They say it perfectly. You just need to memorize them. It's very accurate. So that's exactly what we're gonna do. I'm gonna see. So this is K. So you just have to envision in your mind that this like weird box like that, a backwards like division box is K. And then you're gonna have N. I feel like I should like tilt this just a little bit because I'm like, I write sideways. So I hope, yeah, that thing's make it a little easier for me. And then there's a correct way you're supposed to write the characters. I'm not sure I write them absolutely correctly, but that's okay. And this one's D. I just write it. So this one is kind of like a harder one because it's an R/L. So I think the actual correct pronunciation when you're just saying this consonant is leer, something like that. And there's no easy way. I would say watch like a vocalist. You can watch like a vocalist video where like they go over like where your tongue is in your throat when you say certain things. That's the only reason I can actually like pronounce this semi correctly. And this is why so many people have problems when they're learning English. Like their L and R's are like interchangeable. It's because they don't have separate ones. It's just the same thing. Let's see. And we got M. And we got B. It's like an upside down hat. I don't know. That's how I see it. Got S. We got J. And last but not least, we have H. Basically, there's no easy way to like, you just have to like learn that like, oh yeah, when you say K, you write this. Like when you say H, it's this instead of having this. Like you just have to like learn to like do it differently. So I'm not sure how well this is translating over, because it's like hard unless like you're actually reading it and following along with the actual like lesson. I'd honestly say vowels, like learning all this stuff, you'd probably have a better time watching an actual Korean speaker like say all of them, because I don't actually know how to pronounce most of these. But we're learning together, and that's the whole point. So I guess if we're learning together, I wonder, I think they have stuff down here, like where you can like audibly hear things. Yeah, they do. So we will get to them shortly. We'll get to that shortly. So here's consonants. Bunch of information that they're saying. I'm gonna skip a lot of it. What helped me a lot, like to help my pronunciation, was again like where your tongue is in your mouth and how you say things in English. That's not how you're gonna say these syllables in Korean. So like when I say K, like k k k, it's different than what I'm gonna. It's like where my my tongue in my mouth when I'm saying k in Korean in like English versus k in Korean. It's different. And some words you say lower in your throat. It's a whole thing. I swear, it's a whole thing. Let's see. So here's like a lot of ones that you are kind of interchangeable. Is this like K over here? Like this one right here. As I just butcher it. My bad. Okay. So this. So, G. Can you go back to my drawing comments? Oh my goodness. Thank you. So this like K is interchangeable for like, because the way you say it is kind of in between. Like G, K, G, K. Like the way you say it, it just makes sense. So if you ever hear like a calm, like sometimes it sounds like a G and sometimes it sounds like a K. Sometimes it just depends on the day. That like rhymed for some reason. I didn't mean for it to rhyme, but they're sort of interchangeable. And this this D character, this D, this one, it can sound a lot like a T sometimes, but like they have like a specialized, they have like a character here. I'll show you. They have a character up here. So this is the D, and this is like a double D almost. And then they have this character right here, which is like the actual, like how I think in my mind it's like an actual T. So it's where you're saying it in your throat makes it t, like it makes it t, t, like it makes a much more T sound. Whereas this one, like you can like interchange it for a T, but I normally like, again, like I don't pronounce things completely correct. I don't pronounce them the way I hear them. I pronounce them the way my brain interprets them, which is the problem of learning languages when you're older. And that's just, you're always gonna have an accent unless you like spend so much time in that country that you just lose it, or like you're so accustomed to hearing it and being around it, like sometimes the accent goes away. But where I am now in my life, it's still there, and it's gonna be there for a long, long time. So we're gonna expect it to stay that way. Now what we're gonna do, I don't know if I want to like erase this. I think I'll just keep it. What do you, I think I'll just keep it. I think that'll probably be a good idea. I think that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna keep it. Okay. So now we're gonna learn some of the vowels. Oh my goodness, what am I doing? Here we go. So this is E. It's an I, but it's pronounced like E. It's not like you don't pronounce it I, you pronounce it E. Like it's pronounced like an E, but it's technically, you know what? We'll move on. Here's the A, so ah. And then we have O, which is an EO. O. So like it sounds much like they're right. It sounds much closer to an but it's like oh. Like pronounce your, like you're saying oh almost. Oh. Um, U. Again, butchering it so hardcore. Definitely butchering. And then you have U. 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 I feel like I'm getting those backwards. It'll be okay. And then last but not least, you have O. So here's like the base ones. So we have K, N, D, L, M, D, B, sorry, B, S, D, H, I, A, O, U, U, wait, U, U, O. That sounds right. They're gonna emphasize this of like, oh, you see like the top 3 up here. These are all like, they're all drawn like vertically, and then like these 3 are all like drawn like horizontally. That's really important in Korean because like how you draw your syllables is based off of the vowel, in like how the actual like word is drawn is based off the syllable, not syllable, the vowel. I know what I'm saying. Let's see, let's go back up here. Let me go back to doing the wow, as I have to size it because I didn't think about this. Oof. It'll be okay. Everything is okay. Okay. So, which are gonna go down. So like the way like Korean syllables are like drawn is based off the vowel. So when you have a vertical, so like let's say E, when you have a vertical vowel, when you have a vertical vowel, like E, you have like a placeholder, like you have like you can have a consonant next to it, or this O, which is silent when it's in the first, like when it's in the first block. You know what? I feel like I should just read verbatim because I feel like I'm not going to I'm not going to do it justice. So in Korean is written in blocks that make up one syllable. That makes sense. One block always has exactly one syllable. The blocks are always drawn in one of the following ways. Let's see. So when they're talking about like, oh, it's drawn in like 1, 2, like when they say it's like drawn like this, like 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, or 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. How that looks is you have like, it's either like that where it's an or it's like, so it's either all the way down, like you go straight down, or you go over and then down, if that makes sense. So it's either all just straight down, or you go in this like pattern. Like, so you have like 1, 2, 3, or you have 1, 2, 3. Like that's what they mean. And it's all based off of, again, the vowel. So when you have a vowel that's straight up like this, when you have a vowel that's when you have a vowel that's vertical, you follow this pattern. When you have a vowel that is like horizontal, like any of these, you follow this pattern. There are some weirder vowels that they're going to introduce, which you're going to be like scratching your head like, I don't understand. What do you mean? And it'll all just come around eventually. So it doesn't have to be 1, 2, 3 like that. Sometimes you can have just like 2 characters. So like you can have 1, 2, or 1, 2. Like you can have this, O, or you can have like that's allowed. What we're gonna do is we're gonna Erase, erase, erase. So much fun. And again, like I'm not trying to read it fully verbatim. Ah. Why is my mouse losing its mind? Oh my god. Come on, mouse. I believe in you. So these ones were about like this, like they want to do this for practice. So we're gonna follow along. We're gonna do these for practice. So we have K, A, and N. So kan, when you put it all together. So if you have one, if your vowel, again like this, if your vowel is vertical like this, it goes in the 1, 2, 3 pattern. So when you have kan, we're gonna have kan. Let's do the next one. We have B, O, and B. So let's do that. Let's do B, O, and B. And again, our vowel is vertical. So that's going to be 1, 2, 3. That's how we're going to put it. So we have book. So pronunciation wise, you don't really pronounce the B when it's at the bottom, but that's not the point that we're trying to get to. So it'd be bop. Again, not technically correct, but it's not pronunciationally correct, but that's how you spell it. And we're gonna do next one. We got J, U. So just J and U, which is technically spelled correctly. So we have a horizontally aligned, so it's going to be 1, 2, which, you know, technically I already spelled it like that, but 2. And then let's do the next one, which is H and O, which technically spelled correctly right there. But we have a horizontally aligned vowel, so we're going to do the 1, 2, which technically there's a invisible 3, but there is no 3 in this example. So we have ho. And they have like these tables that like lets you see like how all of them look. And they have like they have technically like they have like recordings, which I think we're gonna do. Hello. Hi, Dutch. How are you doing, bud? No, it's the microphone. Sorry, quick cut. The cat has come to say hello. You're so cute. Oh, you're the butt squishies. Okay. All right, back on track. Maybe, if he lets us. Hi, honey. Mwah. Hi. You gonna jump on the dog? Okay. That was Dutch. One of my 2 cats. All right. So I think we're actually just going to listen. I hope that actually, I think I have it set up where you can actually hear it. We will see. We will see. So if I like play one of the lines, it'll just go down the entire list of how it sounds. So I think we're going to do that. So this is the E, so like the I category. So it's just going to go down the list again of what we already learned, which was these, which I think I'm going to erase the circles. I'm going to erase the extra stuff that we added. There we go. So we're going to go down the list of I right there.
P mi, ni, he, ri.
So, again, I can't pronounce it all correctly. So, bi, ti, di, gi, si, mi, ni, he, ri. Which it sounds nothing like they said it, but again, expect to have an accent. You can't be perfect. I think we're gonna go down the A column next.
Pa, cha, ta, ka, sa, ma, na, ha, la.
And they do make a comment down here about how they just want you to get familiar with how like the Korean syllable works. So again, how like about like where how the syllable is written mostly. Like so these aren't technically words, they're just trying to get you familiar with how it sounds and how it's spelled. So they do make a note about how this next table, which they're just gonna like go and show us how like everything would look. I think. Oh my goodness. Okay, so like these ones, like they have like a English equivalent basically, but the ones that are like all grayed out, like dub, doesn't exist. Is what I just read here for all of us. So like dib is house. I hope I'm wrong. I hope I'm not wrong. I was right. We're good. Dib. Shib. 10. Bob. Fear. Bob. Again, these are just for fun. Like, you don't need to memorize any of this at this point. They're just trying to get us familiar with how everything is laid out. So, like, this, how they're all laid out, how they're gonna look. Pop. Like, that sort of stuff. Dude. Like, this sort of thing. I don't know what this word is. Soon. Kot. Soon. Kot. They're very interesting. But they're just trying to get you familiar with how all of it looks. Again, I'm just kind of blowing past it pretty quick. But like if you, obviously you're gonna need more time. You're gonna need more time to figure out what all this means, and that's fine. Like sit, take a minute, figure out how it all is supposed to look and whatnot, and you'll have a good time. Someone's Snapchatting me. Ignore me. I also bought a soda. I wonder. But basically, they're trying to get you familiar with how all of it's supposed to look. Stylishness. What? Ma? Taste. Ah. Hashida. There you go. I remember that. It's coming back to me. Thumb. A feeling. Seaweed. Oh. Okay. So this one in particular is Kim. So Kim. Kim. So Korean last name, very well known Korean last name, but also means seaweed, which I did not know. So Kim is seaweed. So all the people you meet, Korean people you meet with last name Kim, yeah, translates to seaweed. Fun fact. Heard it here first. Let's see. So again, they're just trying to show us how it all is gonna look. So son, hands, son, don. I'm pretty sure money, don, moon, door, moon. Nun is I. I hope. It is. It is I. Nun. I know thing. Yeah, but again, this is just kind of familiarizing you with how it's all supposed to lay out. Obviously, I'm kind of at an advantage. I've already done this, so I already know how all of it's supposed to work. So, like, it's hard to learn with me when I already know the material, but I'm promising you, the further we get, the less I'll know, and the less I'll be able to, like, just talk my way through, and we'll actually have to learn it together. I just wanted to make sure that, like, we at least went over the basics of, you know, Korean in general, because I'm not expecting people to blow in and be like, all right, I know how to spell it, I know how to read it, blah blah blah. Like, that's not, it's unrealistic to realize, like, you don't start there. You gotta start somewhere, and it ain't already knowing everything. So I am blowing past this because I recognize the vowels and consonants that were taught in this lesson, and I am able to make syllables by putting together formations of vowels and consonants. I already have that information. I already know how to do that. So that is what we're going to do. We're going to move on to the next lesson. So this is like lesson 2 of unit 1. Looks like they have like syllable practice and dictation practice. Very interesting. So in the last lesson, we learned about several like the most basic of all of them, which they're the most basic. So now what we're going to do is we're going to build off of the basic knowledge of what we know. And again, I'm already at an advantage at this point because I already knew them. I would take your time learning these. Since I'm kind of blowing through it really fast, I would take your time learning all of the syllables and everything before next week's lesson. Because next week's lesson, again, if I get through all this, like I'm hoping to get through all of it, we're going to just blow right into like the unit 1. I will only do 1 lesson a day after today. Because again, I'm just trying to blow through the alphabet, so at least it happens. We learned the alphabet. You're gonna want to learn it probably on your own time. It took me 2 hours to learn Korean the first time, but I was very studious and I literally sat there and I didn't do anything else. And I just don't have the patience to like sit here and like try and relearn something I already know quite well. Just for a stream, because again, next week we'll actually start with the actual learning of Korean. This is just the alphabet. And I felt like that was a prerequisite to how to learn Korean. So that's what we're going to do. So I kind of already like blew this one out of the water. But there is like a syllable. Oh. There's a syllable. It's just literally just an O. Just an O. And if you place it in the number 1 spot, so if you have 1, 2, 3, or 1, 2, 3, if you place this in the number 1 spot of this, how this works, it is silence. So this is E. You don't say, there's no noise to this. It's just E. You're just saying it by itself. So if you add something, in, like, it's silence. When it is in the first syllable, when it's in like the first place in the syllable, it is completely silent. However, it can also be in the 3rd place of the syllable. So you can have da, da. And you can add this same syllable to the third place, and it's now dang, ng. So it can either be silent if it's in the first place, or it can be ng, when it's in the third place. A little weird, but I accept it. It'll take a minute. Another interesting note is you can have both in the same, like in the same area. You can have both in the same syllable. So this is ing, going. Go, like, it's not, I don't even, it's like Korean, but going, doing. I don't know why I thought that was a G. Excuse me for being stupid. So I will write that as one of the new things learned. So let's see. O, N, G, O, or silent. All right. And next is kind of like dual. It's really hard to explain it. They probably explain it better. So I'll probably just go off what they say. Yikes. So I think my camera's like kind of in the way. Let me go up. There we go. Let's just do that. So we're gonna learn them in sets. So we're gonna call this the K set. It's like a double. They sound different. I'm not even gonna try and pronunciate them because I don't even think I do a good job of like pronunciating them correctly, and I don't want to give you my bad habits. But let's see. So you have a double K. That's how I see it, like a double K. So K, but like it's harder. So instead of K, it's K. Something like that. Again, I feel like I'm embarrassing myself. Well, hello there, Dutch. Do you just need to be the center of attention? Yes. Was it because your mommy was gone for the whole weekend? Oh, so long. For 4 days. Mother, how dareth you abandon me? I know. Oh, there's fur all over my keyboard now. Ah, what'd I do? It'll be fine. Everything's fine. Okay. So you have a double K. And then you have like this like single K. Just spelled differently, and it does pronounce. It is pronounced slightly different. Dopey. This is my other cat, Dopey. You're literally right where I need to do my stuff. Your profile on Twitch. Why do I need to set my profile on Twitch? Watching myself on stream. You're so cute. Like I'm sitting in my lap? Huh? My lap is so much more comfy than my tablet. Did you miss me? We're gonna get through this today, I swear. Okay, moving on. Now we have to go with like the B's. It's like this double B, which again, my pronunciation, it would be so far wrong. So far off, but it's like a double B. I think they have audio down here. They do, which we will definitely need to listen to. I don't want to give you my bad habits. And then they have like this like pie thing, which this is how I spell it. I usually make it sound more like a P in my mind. That's kind of what it sounds like. That's what it sounds like to me. All right. And let's see, we got the J's. So you got your double J. Again, it's like a harsher noise. It's like hard, like it's not harsher, but it's like you just get it done with faster. It's like you're trying to get it out faster. It's kind of how it sounds. Kind of how I remember it. And then you have, which I think of it as a CH. It kind of sounds like a CH. How they see it as CH, so we're just gonna go with it. And then we have the double D. And then again, we have that T. I think I brought this up earlier, which looks like an E. Okay, don't mind me. I spell my E's now the way I like write it, like the T's in Korean. That's a habit I picked up somehow. And then we have a double S. Perfect. So and they just give us some more examples of how all this works. And I think we're gonna listen to these. I'm gonna let's start.
이, 아, 어, 으, 우, 오.
Double K.
까, 꺼, 끄, 꾸, 꼬. 키, 카, 커, 크, 쿠, 코.
So you can sort of hear it, how like this one is like higher up in the throat. It's a higher pitch, while this one is just like you're trying to get it out faster.
키, 까, 꺼, 끄, 꾸.
Like it's in your mouth less. What do you want, Dutch?
삐, 빠, 뻐, 뿌, 뿌, 뽀.
Bo. Like you're just trying to get it out. So instead of bo, it's bo. It's just very prompt. You're just prompt. It needs to come out faster. And then pi, pa, po, pu, pu, po. I feel like I said that sort of right.
피, 파, 퍼, 푸, 푸, 포.
I'm gonna rewatch this just so I can hear my pronunciation and just die in silence. Just pure pain.
지, 자, 저, 즈, 주, 조.
This is the cha-cha, the next one.
치,
차,
차,
초, 치, 추, 초. 디, 다, 도, 드, 드, 도. Very interesting.
티, 타, 터, 트, 투, 토.
And last but not least, the double S.
시, 사, 서, 스, 수, 소.
And something I don't think they address until later is sometimes when you have like S's, it's like you can have so or it can be sho. It can be an SH, sh, like a SH sound, regardless if it's a double S or a single S. I don't know what the hard and fast rule. I don't think there's a hard and fast rule for it. Sometimes they just say, like, sometimes it's sa, or sometimes it's sha. Like I don't know what or why it changes. I just know it does. Just letting you know. But that's just my 2 cents on the matter.
기, 가, 거, 그, 구, 고.
So this one is like to try and like distinguish the difference.
기, 가, 거, 그, 구, 고. 키, 카, 커, 그, 쿠, 코.
Ignore me sneezing, please. So we just learned a lot of consonants. Like I call them like the doubles, the extras. Again, it's kind of like you have to get a feel for it. It's just something you like learn a little later. Like as you do, you say more and you see more and you hear more. You start understanding the slight differences. Like there's not, and then you'll start learning how you can get a like you can learn to say it. Again, I highly recommend looking up videos and like where your tongue placement is in your mouth, because the way we speak in English is not how you speak in Korean. It's just not. Like the way your tongue moves and the way you enunciate, it's all different. And that's what helped me the best to like sort of sound less less like an English speaker when I'm trying to speak Korean, was just like learning like where your tongue, like the tongue placement or how you like move your tongue based off the syllable. It really does help. It does help you learn. I wonder actually if I can just like pull that up. Probably shouldn't put that in my mouth. Let's see, Korean. I'm really sketched out about what I'm browsing right now, so just 1 second. Let me hide that from you, because because you never know what pops up. Okay. You never know. You never know. Let me find something. Let me find something. There's like a whole guide to it. Here we go. How do I put it back on? There we go. So it like tells you like where your tongue is and like in relation to your mouth and your throat, and it like really helps. So like k, which this makes no sense. K, 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 k represents the back of the tongue that is raised to block the throat. K. Yeah, so like the back of my tongue is like hitting the back of my throat, but like the front of my tongue is like when I say K, like versus k, k, k. Like there's like I don't know how to explain it. There are articles out there. There are videos. I'm telling you, they're so helpful. Like if you want to learn how to pronounce it better, you don't have to pronounce it any type of way. Really, you can pronounce it however you want. Like I do that with English all the time because I don't know how to say things. But there is a whole art of saying things. Oh, the N. I always get like when you say no, like when you say no, like think of like where your tongue is when you say no. It doesn't touch your teeth, right? But in Korean, when you say the N, like the N syllable, n, your like tongue is in like touching your teeth or like between your teeth. N. Same as the like they're like it's touching your teeth. So they sound very, very similar. Very similar. Yeah, but there are articles out there and they're extremely helpful and I recommend. So here's some more like where they're just putting some together. So like kang, kong, king, stuff like that. Again, I'm really just blowing through the alphabet at this point just because like I already have prior knowledge. That's kind of on me. I do recommend going much slower through these lessons or finding another site or another way that helps you learn that for next week. Because next week, I am just going to take a ride off into lesson 1 and we're just going to roll with it. We're going to have a good time. We're going to learn this together. I do have some prior knowledge, so like that's helping me in some regards, a lot of regards at this very given moment. Because like I remember how all of it works. I don't exactly remember all the grammar or all that stuff, but like I remember how to write it. I sort of know how to pronounce it, but like not really. So it is what it is. So before moving on, you should be able to recognize the new consonants that were taught and be able to make syllables by putting together formations of vowels and new consonants. Again, same rule. Same rule as the last one. The consonant doesn't dictate how it's spelled. It's the vowel. We didn't learn any new vowels. And you remember, it's either... let me not point at you. Let me not point at you. Let me make this the correct size. Okay. So it's either going to be 1, 2, or 3, or 1, 2, or 3. And this isn't a hard or fast rule either, as you'll see later on when they get kind of into the nitty gritty of some of the things. Hi, Touch. What am I lap? Dude, you're on my pad. How am I supposed to do my job? How am I supposed to do my job? You're so pretty. I'm sorry, you're so handsome. You're so gorgeous. His tail's in the way. Oh, you're so funny. Okay. And again, I can continue on to the next session. Like I said, I'm just kind of blowing through all of this. I'll go a lot slower starting next week. I'm hoping I'll brush up over all this information at the beginning of next week's lesson, like really quick. That's my plan to do, is I just cover the last 3 like episodes / lessons when I start one of these streams, which again is going to be on Tuesday, because Language Learning Tuesday. Who doesn't want to learn a new language? The answer is lots, people. Lots. But that's okay. So we're going to continue on to the next lesson. Again, because I feel comfortable and I am kind of running the show here, so, you know, you get what you get and you don't throw a fit. Except when my parents said that to me, I definitely threw a fit over that. And I was saying that facetiously. You get what you put into it. There you go. Alrighty. So now we get to learn the funness of more vowels. Now, this is where it's going to get slightly confusing. But you're going to do great. We're all going to do just fine. So, we remember a, o, u, and o. So that's all these. So now what we're going to learn is like the, we're like adding a line to it. In my head, I think it was like the double version, but it's actually like the way you pronounce it goes from a to ya. You're adding a y. So, trying to think of a good example. We'll get around to it, but yeah. Let's see. So we got yeah, which isn't yeah, it's yeah. So like if like a word ends in ya, like amaya, like it's almost like a yeah. Yeah.
Amaya.
There we go. And let's see, and then we got yo. And we got you. Just double. And we got yo. Again, just the double. It looks like a little man. It'll be okay. Yo. And again, then you can make syllables. So you can have yak, yok, yuk, yok. I did that out of order because I think I read that weird. It's okay. You're allowed to make some mistakes. It's gonna be fine. And here's where it's gonna get hard, is you can like combine the vowels together. And I remember when I was first learning this, I was like, you've got to be kidding me. I was like, what do you mean I can combine them? I'm like, that makes no sense. It actually is very interesting, and I quite enjoy it now that I understand the concept. Don't mind me, my throat is dry. It's been a while since I've had to talk this much. I should actually be drinking water and not soda. I caught myself, so we're living. Perfect. Alrighty. So, and then we can like combine vowels together. So you can combine the a and o, which makes an it technically makes an AE. I'll show you. So wait, sorry. You can a and e, and then you can put the e and I together and make They're pronounced exactly the same. They're just spelled different. At least it sounds exactly the same. Let me clarify my point I'm trying to make. Yeah, it says right here, they sound identical to each other. So and way, a, eh. This is them pronouncing it. And we got some more because they can't make it easy for us. Which is like where like they're putting. This is where it got confusing for me the first time, was you can put the horizontal and the vertical together. So I'm like, well, how the hell am I supposed to write the characters now? Because you're confusing me. I don't know why it was that confusing. It was. Now I think about it, I think that I was just stupid. Not that thinking that makes you stupid. I'm just hard on myself. Please don't feel like you're stupid. You're not stupid. Let's see. Let's write these down, all right? So you got the the U and the E, which makes we. I'm more gonna listen to it. Qui. We. So it literally sounds like we. We. And then you can put these letters together. Wo. Wo. I don't know why I wrote it like that. We're gonna accept it. Do, do, ko, so, no. No. Yeah, pronunciation is not. You don't need to pronunciate everything correctly. All right. I don't pronunciate everything correct. I'm not even pronunciate correctly. I think it's probably spelling it and saying it wrong. It's fine. Just have fun. Have a good time. If you're not having fun, why are you doing it? You can put O and E together. which is like a very it sounds like we almost.
왜, 배, 죄, 돼, 괴, 쇠, 뇌.
Yep, there you go. And we're gonna put O and A together and make wa. Listen to that.
와, 과, 좌, 좌, 과, 쏴, 놔.
And here's the one that tripped me up. Ui. You're putting like the u, and the e together. Ui, ui. It's almost like iwi.
의,
Ui.
드, 글, 쓰, 니.
So they're gonna apparently cover this in a different unit, which I think we should definitely, when we get that far, we're definitely gonna do that. Are we almost done? Oh, there's a couple weird ones, I think. As I just don't mind me, everyone. I'm just gonna skip. Okay, we're back on track. So now we're gonna put the the yi and the e together again to make yeah. So like you see how like this one, this is like eh. So now you're gonna have yeah. It's like exactly the same concept, just with a y. That's how I think of it. All right. And you can do the same backwards. So now you have yeah, but just spelled this way. Which is right here. Now I'll pronounce the yeah. And then here's the other one, which literally sounds exactly the same to me. I'm pretty sure it's supposed to, just spelled differently, which is bonkers. But then I think of English and I'm like, all right, it'll be okay. And then a couple of like double ones again would be we, and then which this little dash, I don't know if it has to go below or above. It kind of just depends on my mood. I think you'll be fine. I don't think there's there's not really a right or wrong way to spell anything. Like style wise. Like, I mean, doctors get along going like, yeah, this is my signature. So like we'll be fine. Spell it however you like, see fit, as long as it's spelled correctly. As long as all the lines are in there, I think it'll be fine. Let's listen to both of those. So we have we, and then we have we again. We. That sounded like lower. Like it sounded like it was like a lower vocal. So we went over a lot. That's a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot. And they have this giant table for almost no reason. Look at this. This is bonkers. Que. And like I said, don't memorize them. You're gonna learn this. Here's what I was talking about. I think I brought this up earlier. Maybe I'm just crazy. Anything is possible if you just believe. What am I doing? Okay. Let's go back to this. Let's make a new canvas. Oh no, I want to bring this above. Can I put this above? Can I move you? Yeah, perfect. Perfect. We're winning. There we go. So this is what I was saying earlier, is you can have like doubles. You can have 1, 2, 3, 4, or you can have 1, 2, 3, 4, which this one makes no sense. But, you know, I didn't make the language. I didn't make how to write it. I didn't do all that. Someone else did this a long, long time ago, and we're just reaping the benefits of oh no, what did I do? Don't erase that. I fixed it. It's been don't fix. Okay. So basically, there are some words that's gonna have that like it's gonna have like a fourth character for no reason. The biggest one is dark, chicken, duck, chicken, and duck. This isn't pronounced. It's not pronounced. I don't know why. I don't get it. But it's not pronounced. It doesn't happen a lot. The only time it's ever really going to affect anything is when you're putting in a sentence, when it's conjunctated, when you have an article, a particle after it. But that is a topic for a different day. It really is. Let me just erase that. And these ones, and now we're gonna try and read if we can read these words. So let's do it. So hotel. Saying it really English is fun. Hotel. Sopa. Television. Radio. Switch. Hello, Dutch. Oh, yes, you hate being manhandled, woman-handled, person-handled. I know. He hates me, but he loves guys. Game. Shopping. This is very fun. Orange. Team. Tixi. Pizza. They don't have a Z, so close enough. Pizza. Hamburger. Shower. 카드. 카드. So, we're not learning those words today. We're not. All right. Those are just for fun to see if we can read them, which I can sort of read them. Is it accurate? Who knows? I don't know. You don't know. Someone surely knows. It just is not any of us. Let's see. I have a pronunciation guide, which I still got some time. I do. I still got some time. I'm just reading it really quick. I think this is the. I feel like this is probably something you guys are gonna have to do, kind of on your own. Pronunciation guide. Because if I try and pronounce it, then you're just gonna hear me pronounce it, but you're gonna want to pronounce it so you can get the feel of it. I believe in you. I believe in you. You're gonna be a professional by next Tuesday. I believe in you. Yeah. Yay! We learned the Korean alphabet today. Let's quickly go back through everything that we wrote together. So we have a cat meowing in the background. I wonder if you can see, like, Dopey's right underneath the camera. He's just chilling. Hi, Dopey. Hi. Take my headset off. Oh, take my headset off. Alrighty. So we learned K, N, D. We learned all these. I did kind of blow through everything. So this was like this was unit 0, lesson 1. That was this one. And then this one was unit 0, lesson 2, where we learned like kind of the double consonants. And then we learned all the, in this lesson, unit 0, lesson 3, we learned kind of like the complex vowels, I think is how they refer to them as. Yeah, we did a lot today. And now we have background knowledge for next Tuesday. So next Tuesday, we're going to roll right into it and be like professionals, right? Right. Pronunciation guide. I'm going to let you all have that. Y'all do that on your own time. Again, the website that I use and that I will continue to use for the duration of however long I do this series is howtostudykorean.com. If you have any other suggestions or better things, you're like, oh, you should try this. Like, I am more than welcome to listen to that. I am more than happy to listen to that. I'm more than happy to try other things. This is just how I learned in the first place, like legitimately 7 years ago. And it's a good foundation to learn everything. I do recommend only doing one lesson every week. So that's why I only am going to do language learning on Tuesdays, is because that's the one lesson a week. And yeah, so I will be back on Switch tomorrow, just not doing this. I haven't decided. I'm really feeling Stardew Valley, so highly likely I'll see you guys tomorrow on Stardew Valley. If you just want to listen to Korean, feel free. I'll see you next Tuesday. If not, I will see you tomorrow. Bye. I need to figure out a better transition.